Do you remember what an inequality is? An inequality expresses a mathematical situation where quantities are not equal. You always see these symbols with an inequality. You see less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, or just not equal. Now, in previous concepts, you've learned how to solve one-step inequalities using addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Now let's look at multi-step inequalities. When you have a multi-step inequality, you're going to have different operations. You might see multiplication, addition, subtraction, division. You might see one of these. You're probably going to see more of these. And you might also see a set of parentheses. To figure out how to solve a multi-step inequality, we're going to start off right away with an example. 3y plus 1 is greater than 10. Right away you can see that there are two operations. We have multiplication and we have addition. We want to figure out what values are going to work in the solution set for y, so we need to get y alone. In the same way that you would solve a multi-step equation, we're going to solve this inequality. Let's start by subtracting 1 from both sides. These cancel. We bring down the 3y is greater than 10 minus 1, which is 9. Now we have multiplication left. We use the inverse operation and divide both sides by 3. And we have an answer of y is greater than 6. This is the solution for this inequality. Negative 2x minus 3 is less than a negative 1. Again, we're going to solve for x. Use the inverse of subtracting 3. We add 3 to both sides. These cancel. Bring down the negative 2x. Negative 2x is less than negative 1 plus 3, which is a positive 2. Now we have multiplication left. Divide both sides, which is the inverse operation, by 2. Actually, we're going to divide by negative 2. These cancel. X is less than negative 1. Now we can also graph this solution on the number line. Notice that the solution for the inequality does not include negative 1, so I'm going to put an open circle at negative 1. The values for x are less than negative 1, so I'm going to draw my line and my arrow. Now I have solved this multi-step inequality and graphed the solution. Here's one with parentheses. 2 times the quantity x plus 1 is greater than negative 5. First thing we have to do is use the distributive property to get rid of the parentheses. We distribute the 2 by multiplying it by both values in the parentheses. 2 times x is 2x plus 2 times 1, which is 2. And all this is greater than negative 5. Now we can solve this just like we would a two-step inequality. Subtract 2 from both sides. I have 2x is greater than negative 7. Divide both sides by 2. And x is greater than negative 3.5. Yes, sometimes you might have a decimal for an answer, and this is okay. This is the solution for this inequality. Finally, let's graph it. Now, negative 3.5 is going to be halfway between 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this solution does not include it, so I'm going to use an open circle. And x is greater, so I draw my line going this way. Now I have solved the inequality and graphed the solution.